Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Sri Mat Bhakti-Vedanta Narayana Sri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Aurarya Madhurya Gunai Chayuttam Varam Varenyam Purushamantam Narayanam Tam Sirasa Dandi Bhakta Shiromani Shri Krishna Pada Devudai Kaudi Chaitanya Lila Amrita Sara Saram Narayanam Tum Satatam Prapad Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Madami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Marami Narayana Tattvam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhattacharya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Hari, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Let me offer millions of the lotus feet of our worthy Honorable Varga, Nam and Ishta Santa Yadavas, all present past future Vaishnava, Tao Yadavas pranams, Vancha Kalpataru Vyasya Krupa Sindhu Devi Vacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnava. Today is Purushottam Mass. Right? Purushottam. So, you have a success. Nothing was convenience. Durgavata. Purushottam. Govardhanadaram Vande. Gopalam Goparupina. Gokulostava Ishana Govindam Gopika. So yesterday We saw this is the journey of Narada. He is searching for that personality, who is the greatest recipient of Krishna's mercy. So he went through Brahmana, Raya, King, Indra, Brahma, Shiva. Then he wanted to go to Vaikuntha, then said no. uh, Prahlad to Hanuman, then to Pandava. Then Narada Muni has entered Dwarka. Right? So, so there, why he has come to Dwarka? Because Pandavas told, we are not recipient. Dwarka was the residents of Dwarka. They are related to Krishna. They are always with you. How far can they be? Otherwise, how Krishna will stay with them unless they have the uh, his greatest mercy. So Narad Muni immediately thought of that is the power he has. Whatever he thinks the place, it goes there. He's transported. Now we are talking of so many technology. Look at Narad Muni's technology. What he possessed. So they're not tired. See, suppose you travel from one country to another. You have so much headache, so much time, you know, uncomfortable, so many things. But here, normally, no. He's talking. So, so spiritually, you see, that's the thing. And you can see how the Dwarka also. Dwarka. So, Narada saw that the Yadavas had happily sat down on their own seats in the assembly named Sri Sudharma, according to the proper succession. Sudharma is a hall. Remember when we were talking about Indra, Indra was telling, complaining, Krishna took the Sudharma all from here. It only belongs to the, Swarga, heavenly planet. He took it away. What is the characteristic? It is like a hmm, uh, hall, very amazing hall. One characteristic is if 1,000 people come, it arranges 1,000. Million people come, it adjusts to million people. It grows, you know, according to the need. So you can imagine. Can we do that in our technology? Once we make a room fixed, you cannot change it. To increase it, you have to break it, build a new one. So, but see how uh, amazing arrangement. So they were looking attractive due to being decorated by their own beauty, ornaments and garlands of parijata flowers. There, the festival of divine music and dance was underway, and the bards were glorifying Yadavas with multifarious prayers. Should not think that Vaikuntha or Dwarka free from all this. There is also festival, music, and all that. What is the difference? It is transcendental, huh? Beyond goodness. So, Yadavas were being revered with festivals of music and dance. These festivals were divine, super excellent, and also extremely spirited, namely of the standard befitting the daily and nightly music and dance festivals of Vaikuntha beyond the celestial planets. So the instruments and dramatic gesture that continuously honored them. All types of mystical siddhis were serving them personally like my servants. They were manifesting their happiness through joking conversation. The effulgence of the sun seemed insignificant in comparison to their bodily complexion. But due to the sweetness of agreeable splendor, no one had pain in their eyes. So, the bodily complexion defeated the effulgence of the sun. Although it was shining, nevertheless, it was lovingly so loves so no one experienced any pain from it. Rather, their bodily effulgence made everyone happy due to such sweet bodily halo. All those people were decorated with divine ornaments. Among them were the elderly who, by drinking the nectar from the lotus face of Sri Krishna, achieved a vibrant youth. In Dwarkapuri, elderly people drank constantly through their eyes the nectar from the lotus face of Sri Krishna. Thus, they had become youthful and extremely powerful. Having beautifully decorated Maharaj Ugrasena in every way, they awaited for the auspicious arrival of Sri Krishna with reverence. In fact, the eyes and minds of everyone were extremely anxious, being fixed on the path towards Sri Krishna's palace. These countless Yadavas were absorbed in the narration, discussion, and oral reception of the pastimes of Sri Krishna. As soon as the Yadavas heard of Sri Narada's arrival, they respectfully rushed to greet him at once. Then Sri Narada fell flat on the ground with Dandavat Pranam. The Yadavas quickly raised him and, while clutching his hand, brought him into the assembly. However, Sri Narada did not sit on that sacred seat. Instead, by his own desire, he sat down on the ground. Seeing him seated on the ground, all the Yadavas also sat upon the ground, surrounding him on all sides. Yadavas brought a variety of articles for worshipping Sri Narada. But Sri Narada offered obeisances to them and arose humbly with folded palms and began to repeat once again. See, Narada Muni went there, they wanted to worship him. So they showed him a nice, wonderful seat. No, he refused. He sat on the floor. And they brought so many things to worship him. He did not. Rather, he paid obeisances to those, things. And he's talking. Narada said, "O Yadavas, being transcendental to this world, you have achieved the extraordinary mercy of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. You have achieved the greatest mercy of Krishna. Now bestow your mercy on me, so I can constantly sing of your glories while roaming across the entire universe. See, Narada, you bless me, so I can sing your glories throughout the world. Oh, how praiseworthy is this Yadu dynasty! The splendor of this family line is greater than the Vaikuntha Parshada, greater than Vaikuntha associate. By your mercy, this earthly planet has become more charming than Vaikuntha. Oh, Prithvi, your labor has borne fruit because the Yadavas have taken birth in your lap. They reside and sport in various ways upon you. Bhagavan Sri Krishna also resides in the house of these Yadavas and enjoys various wonderful pastimes. And he is glorifying the Mother Earth. Oh, fortunate. Yadava, Krishna himself, playing on your lap. You, O Yadavas, are bound to Sri Krishna with a bond of love that is stronger than various bodily relationships such as seeing, touching, conversing, following, sitting down, eating, sleeping, and marriage. Therefore, Sri Krishna, having forgotten his residence in Vaikuntha, is granting the indescribable happiness to all people by constantly expanding devotional service through these various types of enjoyment. So, not only Sri Krishna personally blissful, but he is also bestowing great ecstasy upon the Yadavas. This is explained. Being bound by the bodily relationship and loving ties of the Yadavas, Sri Krishna is granting them uncommon happiness through various enjoyments. How is he sporting joyfully? He is sporting joyfully like increasing their prema bhakti or loving devotion. How is increasing their prema bhakti? He cuts the desire for attaining the heavenly planets and liberation. In other words, he removes the desire that I shall go to the heavenly planets to sport with Bhagavan. He removes this desire because the best wealth of the heavenly planet is the Sudharma assembly and the Parijata tree. Both of these are available in Dwarka only, so the Yadavas have no desire to go to the heavenly planet. Ha! So the Yadavas' desire for liberation is also cut. Actually, the Yadavas have no birth and death, but they repeatedly appear on the earth with Bhagavan, and automatically the desire for liberation is destroyed. The relationship they have with Sri Krishna is also unbreakable. Although the bodily activities of sleeping, eating, and enjoying may even seem mundane, nonetheless, they are not ephemeral. Rather, it is the best loving relationship which is superior to the relationship of the soul. Here, the purport of saying greater than the relationship of the soul is that the relationship or the meeting of the soul with the super soul, which is accomplished through dhyana, dharma, dharana, and samadhi, is inferior to the relationship of the Yadavas because it is steady and bound by unbreakable love. What is the happiness of that affectionate relationship? In reply, Sri Narada says that happiness is ever fresh, therefore it is the topmost happiness. Being extremely great, that happiness is indescribable. Thus I am unable to describe it. Here the doubt may arise about that this happiness has arisen from an affectionate bondage of a bodily relationship. So why is it not called ephemeral? Reply is saying that all the Yadavas are the embodiments of Satchit Ananda. Thus, there is no possibility of transient bliss. Rather, although their happiness is related to the bodily, nevertheless, it is even superior to the bliss of a deep trance, samadhi. Sukha. The type of happiness that is experienced in a trance is extremely limited. However, the bodily happiness of the Yadavas with Sri Krishna is great. Just as one receives various types of happiness due to the limbs of the body and through the senses connected with them. Similarly, through the transcendental body and senses of the Yadavas, is greater happiness is obtained. So, you also being bound by the love of Sri Krishna through activities such as sleeping, eating, sitting down, wandering, mutual conversation, relaxing, and bathing, have forgotten your family ties to your sons and wives. O King of Kings, Ugrasena, he is glorifying Ugrasena. You are also famous in the world as the recipient of Sri Krishna's mercy. Who can describe the glories of your wonderful good fortune? Also, such a wonderful thing now. Just see Sri Hari's subjugation by the wonderful affection from his beloved devotees. Oh, Yadu Raja, when you sat on the elevated throne appropriate for a king, Sri Krishna stood like a servant in front of you and respectfully spoke as follows. Oh Maharaja Agresena, please hear me. I am your humble servant. Order me accordingly. Therefore, I am offering my repeated obeisances unto you and all your relations. See, Parikshit said, O mother, henceforth all the Yadavas were followers of Brahmana Deva Sri Krishna, the worshipable Lord of the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, offered obeisances by touching the lotus feet of Sri Narada, then began to speak. So Narada glorified them, and Yadavas paid obeisances. Narada touching his feet, they speaking now. Yadava said, O most worshipable Devarshi Sri Narada, you are respected by even our respectable Sri Krishna. O most worshipable Devarshi Sri Narada, you are respected by even our worshipable Sri Krishna. Therefore, why are you repeatedly offering obeisances to us? For the lowest of the low persons. Why are you offering the lowest of the low? You conquered over the master of speech, Sri Brahma, with your expertise of speech. Therefore, our glories that you describe are impossible without the Lord of the Yadavas influence, Sri Krishna. If anyone has even the slightest connection with Sri Krishna, then he achieves all kinds of spiritual accomplishments because he is the ocean of mercy and a causeless, magnanimous friend. He is an ocean of boundless glories. Simply by remembering him alone grants the greatest benefit. He is the master of the wretched, namely, the only shelter of the helpless. He bestows special mercy upon the poor, fallen souls. Mahamahima Vartedihi Smrutamatre Akila Tadaha Smrutamatra Matro Akila Arta Artadaha Deenanatai Kasharanam Inartidika Sadaka Inartidika Sadaka. He bestows special mercy upon you, the poor fallen soul. Oh Sri Narada, this is completely true. But among us, Sri Uddhava is the recipient of greatest mercy from Yadavendra Sri Krishna. He is minister, disciple, servant, and most beloved of him. See, we are nothing. Uddhava. Why? He is, he is a minister for Krishna. He is a disciple of Sri Krishna. He is a servant, most beloved of him. So, they are glorifying. They are saying Uddhava is best. So, that's why Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan. So, and he consults on things. If Sri Krishna abandons us and goes somewhere else, then our distress of separation from him does not go away even when he returns. This is the thing that if Sri Krishna abandons us and goes somewhere else, then our distress of separation from him does not go away. Even when he returns, there you go, there is a distress. We do not know when our Lord Sri Krishna will go away. With this worry, our distress never goes away. Due to the fear of imminent separation, we do not experience the full happiness, despite having the darshan of the Lord. However, Sri Buddha constantly remains near Sri Krishna and receives happiness by serving him. Sri Buddha wears Krishna's clothes, what Krishna has worn, is prasad, garlands. He was very like a golden color, but having always taking forsaking, wearing Krishna's clothes that he has worn, and then he takes remnants of Krishna's leftover. Because of that, constantly he has become also like Krishna's color, and he wears Krishna's dress. So from a distance, looks like he is Krishna. This is what happened to gopis. They said when Uddhava went to Vrindavan, appeared like Krishna, but he is not Krishna. So, to the places where Bhagavan Sri Krishna should go himself for special duty, Sri Uddhava is sent as his representative. For example, one time he sent Sri Uddhava to liberate Samba from the Kauravas. So, this is one place, one pastime. So, it is true that Sri Bhagavan sends him to places that are proper for his own going. However, he does not send him to any other. Just as when Kauravas such as Bhishma and Duryodhana had arrested the son of Jambavati, Samba, who had kidnapped the daughter of Duryodhana, Sri Uddhava was sent to set him free by the word or the word, work of giving assurance to the Rajavasi, such as the Nanda is understood. The subject matter is extremely confidential. When Rajavasis, he sent him to see Rajavasi. It is not seen just anywhere. Therefore, for special activities such as freeing his beloved relatives and granting them assurance, Sri Krishna would stand with the representative alone. In this way, even though he has suffered from the distress of separation from Bhagavan, Sri Uddhava receives still more happiness in such activities as freeing the dear devotees of Bhagavan and granting them the assurance of the direct association of Bhagavan. Sri Uddhava remains with him even at such times as eating, playing, and sporting with Sri Krishna. And he alone relishes the remnants of Mahaprasad from Sri Krishna. Sri Uddhava, who becomes overwhelmed with sleep while massaging the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, still keep the lotus feet of Sri Krishna in his lap as he happily sleeps. So sometimes at the time of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna's confidential pastimes, Kelikrida, Sri Uddhava also accompanies him. Sri Uddhava is the Prime Minister in the Great Assembly. He provides us happiness by his charming advice and various types of joking. Sri Krishna much appreciates this joking towards also. How much more can we describe the great fortune of Sri Uddhava? From childhood, he remained absorbed in the service of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Foolish people consider that absorption of his to be the creation of idle, mundane talk. Alas, only Sri Uddhava manifested in this world. The glory is and taste of the wonderful manners of constant service of the lotus feet of Sri Madhava. What more can I say? He attained a form similar to Sri Krishna even in this human form of life. He abandoned his natural fair complexion and received the same complexion as Sri Krishna. Maharaj Sri Parikshit said, huh? He's telling, O mother, O Uttara, after hearing the topic this way of the great fortune of Sri Uddhava, Narada became extremely happy, becoming overwhelmed with various transformation of prema, then got up to go to the abode of Sri Uddhava. Upon seeing this, the king of Yadavas, Sri Ugrasena, began to speak. Now Narada Muni was ready to meet with to see Uddhava. Huh? That time, Ugrasena Maharaj speaks. However, I cannot get the association of when he said, Maharaja Sri Ugrasena said, Oh Bhagavan, I said before that only Sri Uddhava does not go to any other place, even for a moment, without the order of Sri Krishna. However, I cannot get the association of Sri Krishna in spite of praying. Due to these trivial royal duties, I have become void of the great benefit of the Lord's divine association. Although I am performing this royal duty to follow the order of the Lord only, and respectfully consider this to be His service, I am obtaining only slight happiness. However, due to the anguish from the honor He granted me, it seems that He has cheated me. Actually, Sri Krishna has never cheated anyone like me. True. Uddhava is so jubilant because Bhagavan always keeps him next to his side, grants him the joy of service and never cheats him of the good fortune of service. Therefore, he should go to the inner palace compound of Bhagavan and receive darshan of Sri Uddhava. Also, make this request for us. Today, the time for Bhagavan's arrival in the assembly has long passed. Thus, Sri Uddhava should quickly bring the Lord to the assembly hall and again secure it with our Lord. So, I can say this. Now, Parikshit Master, O mother, after hearing Sri Uddhava's glories, Bhagavan's dearmost Narada Muni became absorbed in the transcendental mellows of Prema. Having become oblivious to everything, he could not vibrate on his veena, despite clutching it in his hand. Here he forgot even to you know use his veena. So Narada beautifully uh, habitually stayed in work. Therefore, although the way to the palace was extremely private, he crossed the wonderful labyrinthine path and entered into the palace of Bhagavan based on his previous experience. Not everybody can go there, but Narada Muni, went there. Although Sri Narada entered the palace due to previous experience, his condition at that time appeared like a person possessed by a ghost or a mad person. Then, oh God, sometimes he stumbled, sometimes he fainted and collapsed to the ground, and sometimes he stood stunned and motionless. Sometimes he rolled on the ground, sometimes he cried out in a pathetic voice. Sometimes he yelled out, Sometimes he jumped up and ran madly about. Sometimes he sang and danced. While sometimes all the transformations of prema, such as shivering, sweating, manipulations, and crying, manifested on his body simultaneously. Oh, my mother, be more vigilant now than ever before. Ha! If you see me waver, call me and listen closely to what I will now disclose. So he's saying, be careful. See, Krishna Chaitanya, dejected for some reason that day, Bhagavan lay asleep inside the compound of the palace. Some reason he's still sleeping. Sri Uddhava left him alone and came to sit on a raised terrace a little distance away. Along with him, Sri Baladeva, Sri Devaki, Sri Rohini, Sri Rukmini, Sri Satyabhama, and other queens, as well as Padmavati, the mother of Kamsa, and the spoiler of one's tendency to serve Sri Bhagavan. And other maid servants were also present there. The reason Krishna's dejection will be determined later. For some reason, Parikshit Maharaj is considered it improper to elaborate on it at present. Or he feared that bewilderment might arise while narrating it. Therefore, Sri Uddhava left the uh, melancholic lord sleeping alone inside the palace and quietly sat a little distance from away on a raised terrace. The Balaram and others were anxiously sat there. So all of them sat there in a dazed condition quietly. All that at that very moment they saw Sri Narada arrive at the place, displaying various kinds of extraordinary loving gestures. So this is the situation, and now they saw Narada. Seeing Sri Narada in such a state, all of them rose and with great care and honor brought him to their side, helping him soon regain his composure. He was in his mood of so much love. They brought him down, regain his composure. They tenderly began to wipe away the profuse tears from his lotus face. Oh Brahmana, what wonderful behavior have you seen today in you? Never before have you seen such overwhelming behavior as this stumbling via helplessness and divine love. Whatever the case may be, please sit down quietly. Parikshit is Maharaj is telling mother. Then, then what happened? Sri Narada opened his eyes that had become shut tightly by a flow of tears after great effort. After offering obeisances to all of them, he began to speak in a choked voice, his body trembling and his hair standing on end. Narada said, all of you, please help me meet Sri Buddhava. See, his eyes were closed because so much love, tears coming. They opened, help him to open a little bit. He is not properly seeing anyone. He does not even know is there, who is there. So he is telling Narmani, all of you, please help me meet Sri Uddhava, who is the charming recipient of extreme good fortune. Bestow your mercy on me so that I may get his foot dust. Only by obtaining his foot dust may my soul find peace. Sri Uddhava had profusely obtained the mercy of Sri Krishna, but that early or present day devotees had never before attained. Therefore, Sri Bhagavan himself addressed him as his majesty and best of devotees of Bhagavan. Alas, even his own son Brahma and his next son Sri Pradyumna, his brothers Sankarshan and friends such as Sri Shiva, wives such as Sri Lakshmi, and his own matchless providential body are not as dear to Sri Krishna as Uddhava is dear to him. So, so Bhagavatam, not said, न तथा मे प्रियात्मा आत्मयोनिर्न शङ्करः न च सङ्कर्षणो न स्त्री नैवात्म च यथा भवान्. O Uddhava, just as you are dear to me by being my devotee, neither my son Brahma, Shankara, my brothers Sankarshan, and my wife Lakshmi Devi, not even my own provincial self are as dear to me as you. Like Krishna is telling. The words emanating from the mouth of Sri Bhagavan that reveal the outstanding merits of Sri Uddhava are scattered throughout the Puranas. These words elucidate the wonderful mercy of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna upon Sri Uddhava. Today, the best of the Yadavas related to me this wonderful mercy. Alas, his merciful talks have penetrated my ears, have taken sanctuary in my heart, and all of a sudden have forcibly stolen away the wealth of my creation. Sri Parikshit Maharaj said, O mother, hearing the words of Sri Narada, Sri Uddhava quickly arose and reverentially took the lotus feet of Sri Narada on his lap and embraced them. Understanding the intent of his heart, he pitifully began to cry out of anxiety and loss of composure. He recalled the devotees who received Sri Krishna's topmost mercy and wealth of prema from such devotees. Thereafter, he regained his composure with the help of Sri Balarama and others. Pleased by the high quality of jealous greed that arose from such prema, he caught Sri Narada's attention and began to speak as follows. Uddhava said, calm yourself and sit down. So Sri Narada and others had seated themselves, saying this. He got up and out of great reverence took the lotus feet of Sri Narada on his lap and began to honor them. The realization of the intent of Sri Narada's heart, the search for the recipient of Bhagavan's mercy, the understanding of the purpose of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and the glories of his recipient devotees all appeared in the forefront of his memory. Finally, the remembrance of such Rajagopis as Srimati Radhika, the indescribable and most famous recipient of Krishna's mercy, came foremost in his memory, thus recalling the wealth of Sri Krishna's prema and being agitated and helpless by that prema related to the Rajagopis. Sri Uddhava began to weep pitifully. The awakening of lamentation and weeping in the devotees is the magnificence of the wealth of prema. The wealth of prema comes in the form of these divine transformations, such as sweating, shivering, and hair standing on hand. Recalling Sri Radhika and the others, prema swelled in the heart of Sri Uddhava, and he wept pitifully. By the effort of Sri Balarama and Sri Narada, he regained his composure almost instantly. Therefore, due to his unique jealousy, he caught Sri Narada's attention and began to speak. What was the nature of that mastery or jealous greed? Sattvika. It was born out of pristine goodness and therefore free from the modes of passion and ignorance. Though jealousy means to have malice towards others due to seeing their superior fortune, this type of jealousy was born out of goodness because it gave complete grace. The suggestion here is that to become distressed is impossible by such things as hate due to jealousy arising from pure goodness, Shuddha Tattva. Just as in the mellows of Madhur Rasa, the beloved may experience a type of jealousy and competition towards another dearly loved. Still, she receives great bliss in describing her competitor, his sole absorption. Likewise, Sri Uddhava became extremely blissful and fully absorbed in describing moods similar to a competitor to the glorious devotees who were superior to him. Sri Uddhava said, O all-knowing one, O best of great sages, O truthful speaker, O Prabhu, you are the original Guru on the path of devotional service to Bhagavan. Whatever you have spoken regarding me and much more is surely true. I firmly believe this is all, this as well as the Ugrasena and others. Nevertheless, after going to Raja, my ego as the most fortunate person has been shattered to pieces. I have come to know of the wonderful sweetness of Sri Krishna by that experience. His mercy is affection and the recipients of his mercy. Blessed by the darshan of those Vrajavasis, I feel Bhagavan has shown his complete mercy on me by sending me to Vraja. By considering me as the recipient of his divine mercy, he has drowned me in an ocean of bliss. As soon as I went to Vraja, I sank in an ocean of bliss. Everyone knows how I glorified such excellences, the high aspiration I made, and the superior conduct I followed at that time. O best of the sages, again I offer my pranams and humbly pray that you give up your insistence on hearing this narration. Sri Parikshit Maharaj said, understanding the claims of Sri Uddhava, Sri Rohini was so dear to the residents of Gokula and we had resided there for a long time, began to speak as follows while shedding tears of prema. Rohini mother speaking. She was there, huh, growing up. Krishna and Balaram, they were growing up. Nandamara, Yashoda, Rohini. Huh. So she's telling, she has seen all those things. Rohini Devi said, O best of Sri Hari's servants, Uddhava, quiet. Without anxiety of these persons, I've become a bit happy. Don't remind me of the trouble of these unfortunate Brajavasis who sink in an ocean of esteem, lacking even a scent of success. They languish in the fiery flame of distress and poison of separation. Is telling. Uh, Uddhava addressed the gopis only in the previous verse. The words Gayam, Gayam, singing constantly. Gayam, Gayam. And afterward, with the word tan, which cannot but point on yes. However, the Rohini Devi was dear to every person. Therefore, the word tan is used to show the degree of all the gopis. Brajavasi. Among all the Brajavasi, the distress of Srimati Yashodaji is especially noteworthy. Although she conceals her distress here, she will reveal it herself later. When Sri Vasudeva brought me to Braja, I then heard of Sri Yashoda's dreadful lament. At that time, firm stones began to weep, and the thunderbolt shattered to pieces. Who can explain in words whether other gopis were dead or alive? Oh, Sriman Uddhava, after Lord Sri Krishna completed his studies and returned to Mathura from the home of Sri Sandipani Muni, I slowly narrated these bleak accounts of Raja to him out of distress. You are reassuring us, huh? Saying, however, after hearing my words, your Lord's heart surely did not melt, because he did not go to Raja himself. Instead, he cleverly sent you to Raja because you are expert in conveying a message. You are reassuring us about the super excellent mercy of our Lord to the Raja. It is the unique quality of that mercy. He is here, what I have personally witnessed. When our Lord Sri Krishna came to Raja, beginning with the pastimes of killing the Putana, which to the demise of demon Keshi, various demons repeatedly caused much turmoil. Sometimes demigods such as Varuna attempted to destroy Raja, sometimes pythons and others. Sometimes due to the breaking of an old ox cart and the falling of Queen Arjuna trees, there were disturbances to the body of our Lord. However, Rajavasi did not give him much attention to these disturbances, nor did they attempt to avenge these distresses. The Rajavasis, enchanted by the sweetness of Sri Krishna, desired his welfare alone. They were never concerned about their own benefit. Those Rajavasis, by their natural loving prema, offered everything for the happiness of Nandanandana Sri Krishna. When your Lord resided in Braja for his own selfish interests, he did not do anything for the Brajavasis. Rohini is telling. He didn't do anything to Brajavasis. Now that all his selfish interests are complete, what is he doing? How can I comment on that subject? See, Rohini Devi describes the essence and conclusion of the topic. Your Lord resided in Braja in order to satisfy his selfish interest. Even then, he did not give any favor to the Brajavasis. Now, all his selfish interests are resolved, then he is happily residing here with his relatives and friends in Mathura. He resided in Braja for his temporary selfish motives in a hidden manner, and thus accomplished his goal of killing Kamsa. So, such activities abandoning the Brajavasis and others performed by our Lord, who do I describe them to? Nevertheless, it is not worth mentioning to anyone because no person here is suitable to hear those pastimes. It is also not appropriate to mention the subject of infamy of Sri Krishna to anyone. With this, P.S. Sri Rohini Devi concludes her speech in brief. Sri Parikshit Maharaj said, O mother, after hearing the words of Sri Rohini Devi, the decrepit, shameless, wicked mother of Kamsa, Padmavati shook her head and began to speak. Padmavati said, Alas, such a revolting thing from childhood Sri Krishna himself remained to grace the crows of those heartless Gopas in the thorny forest. She is telling. While wandering in the forest full of thorns, they did not offer Sri Krishna even shoes to wear. Nevertheless, if anyone he drank a little milk due to hunger, then the gopis is to bind him. These gopis is to publicize this everywhere by shouting. However, Sri Krishna tolerated all this sorrow, considering it to be the waste of time. Other than this, what else he would have done? He should tell only what he did for the Brajavasis. Maharaj Sri Pariksit said, Sri Rohini was extremely intelligent and grave by nature, and she was extremely dear to all the residents of Raja. Therefore, she pretended not to hear the words of Padmavati and continued to speak. Sri Rohini said, by destroying the demons, Sri Krishna obtained Mathura, the capital of Yadavas, and now he is enjoying the happiness of leisure as the king of kings. O respected Uddhava, your Lord has defeated all the demigods and has also shown favor to them. Therefore, the grateful demigods offer pranams to his lotus feet. Alas, now he does not even remember the Brajavasis. Parikshit Maharaj said, being unable to tolerate Sri Rohini Devi's words, Rukmini Devi, the beloved of Sri Krishna and daughter of Bhishmaka, who always resides in the art of Sri Krishna, began to speak as follows. So far, Rohini is speaking like that. No, Krishna forgot Rajavasis and all that. No. Now, hearing this, Rukmini started speaking. See, Rukmini Devi said, O mother, without the slightest knowledge of these deep feelings of the Lord, whose heart is as soft as butter, why speak of such matters? He's telling. Huh? Right. Even in the dream state at night, the Lord speaks of mysterious things about Raja. Sometimes he calls out the name of the cows in a voice as sweet as honey. Sometimes he calls out for the Sakis. Sometimes he calls other Gopas and sometimes in that sleeping state only. He assumes the attractive threefold bending form and acts as if he is playing with his flute in a melodious tone. Sometimes in that sleeping condition he says, Oh Maya, give me butter. Sometimes he addresses me with Oh Radhe, Oh Lalite. Sometimes he tugs at my clothes while saying, Oh Chandravali, what are you doing? Sometimes while sleeping he drenches his pillows with streams of loving tears. This Krishna is in Dwarka. Rukmini is there with him. She is watching this. Sometimes when his sleep breaks, he suddenly gets up from his bed and begins to weep in a pathetic voice. All of us then submerged in an ocean of sorrow and lamentation, hearing the sound of his weeping. Even on this night, the Lord also experienced some dream while asleep. He became so restless while crying from the overwhelming distress that he covered his lotus face with his front Uttariya clothes. Huh? He covered his face like this. Huh? And from the time of broken sleep until now, he is lying on his bed as if asleep. Alas, he has not even performed his daily duties such as bathing. See, he's already known pattern, still sleeping. He is you know, all night crying. So Parikshit Maharaj said, overhearing everything, Sri Satyabhama Devi became jealous and began to speak to the other queens wrathfully. Oh Rukmani, why are you babbling on like this? Does the Lord do so only in dream? He's telling. Satyabhama is speaking, telling, oh Rukmani, think this is all he does only uh, in the dream. Even in a vacant condition, and even awakened, while keeping some matter in the mind, he acts as if he is sleeping. We are wives of the Lord in name only. In fact, even the maid servants of those Braja damsels are more dear to the Lord than us. Sri Parikshit Maharaj said, overhearing these words of the queens, the son of Rohini, Sri Siman Baladevaji, brother of the life of the Gokul Vasi, began to speak angrily. Baladeva said, oh young woman, we are talking about this naturally distressful story of the Brajavasi. So my brother Krishna displayed this clever concatenation of dream just to trick us. He said, oh young woman, the dreamy acts of my brother Krishna are only clever deception. Why is he manifesting this clever trickery? It's only for cheating us. Why is he cheating us? Seeing us conversing about this naturally distressful story of the Brajavasi. Krishna assumes we are half-heartedly engaging in conversation. Therefore, to please us, he is showing such a deceptive behavior of dreaming about these activities. Furthermore, that it is not possible to deceive us by any clever speech. So he wants to deceive us by his clever activity. I remained in Raja for 2 months to console the residents of Raja. However, I could please them only by specifying words of various types and by those types of activity. Although I truly experienced that no one can please them other than Sri Krishna, still I took hundreds of vows of many types and with great effort gave them some consolation. Then, although I did not have their approval, with great difficulty I quickly returned to Dwarka. After returning here, I troubled by the distress, I told him, oh, brother Krishna, brother Krishna, brother Krishna, you should at once somehow go to Raja and protect the lives of the Brajavasis. Nevertheless, Sri Krishna said from his own mouth, I shall go. Still, that is not the intent of his heart, because only activities manifest the sentiments of the heart. Parikshit Maharaj said, after hearing this, Bhagavan Sri Krishna quickly got up from his bed and, being controlled by the love of his beloved devotees, while crying loudly, came out of his abode. So, see, they are all talking, and Krishna is here. And then Krishna comes out crying. See, Krishna, was always eager to show mercy, began to speak in a choked voice, while shedding constant tears from his eyes that resembled full-blown lotus heads. So, our time today is question and answer. So, we will continue this. Ah, amazing. Bhagavatam ki jai. So, but we get the glimpse of. the love of Rajavasi is so deep, so amazing. Vancha kalpataru. That could pass in the Patitanam Pavani through Vaishnava. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I came across that Lord Krishna is the only avatari. Rest are all his avatara. Then how Krishna and Ramji's name appear as avatara in Vishnu's 24 avatars. Also in Vishnu's Sahasranam it is stated that if anyone takes these three times Rama's name, it will be equivalent to Vishnu's Sahasranam. This is not clear. The oh, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. See, it is both true, meaning I have to make it. Krishna is the root of all avatars. He is Avataravadi. He is the source of all avatars. Right? Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also source of, not different from Krishna. Antar Krishna Bahir Gaura, the Sitangadi Vaibhav. Allows Venkatana Krishna Chaitanya Shrita. Antar Krishna. He is inside Krishna. Bahir Gaura, outside. Radha's feeling and the bodily complexion. That is God. So, and is worshipped by Sankirtan. He himself engaged in Sankirtan. So, and Rama and Narasimha, all these, they're all his avatars, meaning manifestation. Uh, but there is no difference. See, his plenary portion or portion are himself. No difference. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva. True, there is no difference. But still there is a difference. Manifestation. Rama, when he came, is Lord Krishna himself. But he manifested certain, not his 100%. That is all he needed in that avatar. Whatever is needed. But in Krishna's he revealed everything. So, but sometimes it is told that uh, he is also avatara. Mahavishnu, they say. He did all avatar coming from Mahavishnu. So how to reconcile this? The truth is, Krishna is the source of even Mahavishnu. That's right. And from Mahavishnu, all the avatars are coming. So there is nothing wrong in that, but how to harmonize it? Sometimes not in every Dwapara Krishna, original Krishna comes. So a manifest, like many Krishnas are also there, is it not? Nanda Nandan, Yashoda Nandan, then Devaki Nandan, Vasudeva Nandan. You know, there is a difference. Even though it's same personality, he doesn't have a flute. Here in Vrindavan is a Gopa. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Gopa Rupina. Gopa Rupina. His original form is actually covered by Gopa Rupina. Govardhanadaram. Only this Govardhan. Gokulostava Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Very dear to Gopala. He is herding the cows. Brings like festival, like the Narada went to Dwarka, he saw that festival. Ishana is the master of the master. Ishvara Karana, Ishvara Paramakೃಷ್ಣ, Chidananda Vigraha, Nadi Nadi Kunda, Sarva Karana Karanam. So, but sometimes, so then there is also Dwarka. He is like a king there, prince. And there is a Goloka below Dwarka also, where the Swakiya Bhava, Radha Krishna Swakiya. That's where Putana went. Huh? Nursing mother. It's lower than. Huh? So some Krishna is there. So that Krishna comes through Mahavishnu. The original Krishna in Vrindavan is is the root of all these Krishnas and also the Mahavishnu and everybody. You know. So still there is no difference, we should not say. In his bhava, his it's like devotees, like Hanuman is happy with worshipping Lord Rama, even though he knows he is not different from Krishna. He didn't want to go to Dwarka or to Hastinapura, where Krishna was residing with Pandavas. So he said it will be disturbance. Huh? He is happy. Like that, you have to reconcile. Now, Vishnu Sahasranam and the name of uh, uh, three times Rama's name. Three times Rama's name will be equivalent to Vishnu's Sahasranam. And Krishna's one name is three times Rama. That is also there. So why it is Sahasranama, Rama? Because Rama is Leela was so he showed complete the manifestation of all the power of Krishna, Vishnu. Rather. The other names have also equally no different, but they are not that powerful, meaning did not reveal all that power needed. Vamana, how much he revealed? Just covered 3 feet and limited pastimes like that. Uh, where Rama did amazing pastime. So and Krishna is even more. You know. So that way we reconcile. In Krishna's name, Rama name is also there, and the thousand names of Vishnu is also there. Just like Krishna, all incarnation are there. Krishna's name includes Rama's name and all other names. Because he personally is there, all the avatars names are also in there. Like that. So how to understand? See, there's one pastime. One time, Krishna told Arjuna, "You need the help of Hanuman. In the coming war, you need help of Hanuman. Huh? So seek his blessings." So Arjuna went to Himalayas, Kimpurushavasha, you remember? Where is it? He is searching for Hanuman. He came across Hanuman. He is chanting Rama's name. Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Then Arjuna was very happy, paid obeisance. Oh Hanuman, they embrace each other. Oh, everything is fine. Then Arjuna said, I have one question, oh Hanuman. I hear in Ramayana, Lord built a bridge. It's a stones, so many monkeys helping, bringing stones here and there. Why did he do that? He could have easily built with his arrow. He is expert archer. There was no one equivalent to him. Why did he not build it quickly? Then Hanuman said, there were so many monkeys. How many? Padma, Mahapadma, Shankar, Shama, like that, like that. In Sanskrit. Three lines. In mathematics, if you write it, it will be 10 to the power of 67. Can you imagine? 10 to the power of 9, 12, right? Billion, trillion. 10 to the power of 12. After that, we get shaken. 10 to the power of 67. So many monkeys. And we want to give service to them. So, right. Oh, no, I can also. No. Then Hanuman said, there is a lake there. Huh? He told, you build a bridge at your arrow. I'm guaranteeing you it will not even sustain my weight. It will break. Then Arjuna said, what if it does not break? Then I will help you. I will listen what you want to say. What if it breaks? Then Arjuna said, I will give up my life. I will jump into the fire. So the challenge accepted. Arjuna will build a bridge on this lake. Hanuman will test it. If it breaks, Arjuna will give up his life. If it does not break, then Hanuman will help. He will do whatever Arjuna wants him to do. Okay? This they accepted. So here Arjuna built a arrow. With arrow, built a bridge. No time. Then Hanuman wanted to try it, check it. So he put his 1 foot on the ground, another feet like this on the bridge. It fell off. It broke. Then Arjuna was defeated. He said, oh, I'm sorry. So he said, I will jump into the fire. So fire was created. Arjuna went there, folded hands, and praying to jump into the fire. Then somebody pulled him back. You know, Arjuna, a sage, a saintly person came and pulled him. Arjuna, what are you doing? I'm giving up. I'm jumping into the fire. Why? I lost the bet. What bet? His bridge was built, and Hanuman broke it. It could not hold the weight of Hanuman. So I given my word. Oh yeah, you are giving up your life so easily. Who was the witness? No, there is no need of witness. I am truthful. He is also truthful. No, 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 no. These kinds of matters, there must be a witness. Understand? So this sadhu asking Hanuman, Hanuman, who was the witness? No, there was no witness. Then how is it? Is it fair? Then Hanuman is saying, if you want a witness, then he said, are you willing to become witness? He said, yes. Sadhu said, I will become witness. Then, then Sadhu said, can you give him one more chance to Arjuna? Why not? Let him take 100 chance. What I have to lose. So this time Arjuna got back here and then prayed to Krishna. Krishna, don't make me fail. It is a disgrace to me. Losing this. Please help me. He remembered Krishna now. Last time he forgot. That's why it broke. So this time he remembered. Krishna, please don't make me break. So he built an arrow, remembering Krishna. Now, then it was turn of, you know, Hanuman. Hanuman went and jumped, did it. Nothing happened to the bridge. He's in the center, he went jumping up and down like the huge forum he took while crossing to Lanka. Even then it did not. But he saw a strange thing. There was a blood, red thing in the water. So what is this event, sir? Saw the blood. And who was holding? Rama holding the bridge. And it is hurting him, and the blood is flowing. So he ran. He saw that sadhu was appeared like Rama to him, holding the bridge. And praying, oh, see, you are jumping, I'm trying to hold, you are jumping. Then Krishna, Arjuna also ran there. Arjuna saw him as Krishna. See, the sadhu appeared Rama to Hanuman. He appeared like Krishna to Arjuna. Same person, two different devotees, you know, so paying obeisance. And Krishna is holding the blade. When he saw, Krishna is holding, and blood is coming. So Arjuna was also astonished. So you can see, same person is a sadhu. To some other person, maybe he looks like sadhu, but appears as Krishna to Arjuna, Rama to Hanuman. Because they are beloved, you know. How, see, Jiva Goswami explained this. Suppose full moon is there, right? Full moon. Today, tomorrow, full moon, I think. Today, tomorrow. Tomorrow, day after. Today is Dwadasi, Trayodasi, Chaturdasi, Purnima. So in Purnima, tell me, full moon, right? Half moon is also there. Quarter moon is also there. New moon is also there, is it not? Just to find. All moons are there. All these 15, you know, parts like that. The full moon, is it not? So, but full moon is different from the like half moon, quarter moon. Is the effulgence, but it's the same moon. It manifests on a half only in effulgence on the Ashtami. So, like that, same Krishna, same personality. The way devotees see him, he reciprocates like that in that form. But he is Krishna. So, so it is both true. He manifests all these avatars. Originally, Sri Krishna. That's why the Amshi, called Amshi, is the source of all Amshas. Also, same time. Amazing pastimes, Krishna, amazing. Close our mind. Even in like, for example, Rasulila, he is Amsi. You know, he is dancing with everyone. Our acharyas say that he is actually the only Krishna. He was so speed going. Every gopi thinks she is dancing with Krishna alone. Nobody else is dancing. Krishna is dancing with her alone. And is going every. So, acharyas explain, Vishwanath Chakravarti. It's like you take a fire, punch, right? You take a stick with the cloth and then dip it in oil and put a fire, right? That punch. That's what they carried. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time when Kaji banned no more Sankirtan. Then to protest that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered, let's go everybody doing kirtan and having that fire. Went to Kaji and then Kaji did not even come out of his house. Previous night, Narsingadev came and he said, yeah, you break Mridanga, I will break your chest again. Kaji was finished. No, 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 never, it will not happen. So he marked on the. So, so that fire, okay, was one fire. But you rotate it in the sky, like this. What happens? It appears like everywhere, is it not? But it actually is one. So Krishna Chakravarti Thakur like that. Krishna is one actually. But he is he is so fast, so amazing. He appears as if he is everywhere. It's also true. Yogamaya manifests so expert. See, when Krishna plays on the flute, plays on the flute, some people hear it, some people don't. Krishna desire, if he wants, he desire that gopi should hear, others should not hear. Yeah, they don't hear if he desires it. But his son. See, suppose he put a speaker, everybody will hear, is it not? We have no control that no only that person should hear, not this person. We have no control. But Krishna has control. Amazing. And they will hear, they will get the different feelings also. Mother Yashoda here, she feels something. Gopis Here they feel something, you know, but same sound. So it vibrates according to their, you know, feelings, relationship with Krishna. When the Devatas, demigods were seeing the rasa dance, you think they saw gopis? No. They saw Krishna wandering. Ooh, they are singing stuff. Because they are not eligible or, to see Krishna's birth passion. Krishna. Like that is amazing what Krishna does. We saw in Mahabharata, you remember I told this story many, many times. You know, sun is there in front of us. Sunlight is coming out of the sun. What we perceive, darkness. Because what he told, he is in the light of all the lights coming from the sun. See, it's like if the sweat comes out of my body, say, hey, sweat, please go inside. You think it will listen my voice once it comes out of the body? No. Same way, light coming out of sun. If sun says, please come back, you will not come back. Okay. But Krishna is in the atom, between the atoms, so he's in the light. He said, stop there. Every light stop there. Sun is going down in his own path. Sun rays coming out of the sun. But it's not falling on my eyes because it stopped in middle. So what I perceive? Darkness, even though in front of sun. Understand? Amazing, amazing. So much control we have. In front of the sun, you will see darkness. Then who is seeing you? Are we seeing? Am I witnessing? Am I seeing? No, he's. If I say, I see only darkness. So unless Krishna makes it the light, then he said, let light go, move forward. It came, fall on eyes of everybody. They saw sun is there. Wow, what an amazing thing he can do. So, of course, these many potencies he will not exhibit fully in all other avatars. Partial exhibit. That's why they are manifestation or avatars. In Krishna is complete. Okay. What is in other avatars is not needed all that potency. So he will not demonstrate. In Krishna's Leela is complete in demonstration. He killed Putana and all that. He did not become big. Understand? He was just like a baby. But he was 10,000 elephants strong. But see, so it is amazing. That's why Krishna's name, and of course, higher than Krishna's name is Radha's name. Because Radha subdues Krishna. Radha, Krishna, she attracts even Krishna. Mother, Oh, Mohana, Mohin, Bhuvana Mohin. Krishna attracts the whole world, but Radharani attracts even Krishna. Mohana Mohin. So her name is, that's why her name is secret. Krishna's name itself is secret. That's why Vishnu Sahasranam for general public. It is not bad, okay? You should not think it. It's glorious if you sing Vishnu Sahasranam. But Krishna's not, Rama's not. So, like that, the thing is there from a neutral point of view, you know, but they all carry power. So, and there are so many avatars, not just 24 avatars, innumerable avatars. But they are telling 24 avatars. Some places they say also 10 avatars, Dasha avatars, or Goswamis uh, did the Ashtakam, Dasha avatars. So, but there are many avatars, innumerable, uncountable. And each avatara, he does not do same, his pastime does not repeat. Something or is everything ever fresh, ever new. It does not. We cannot predict what it does. Most unpredictable. If we can predict, then we become higher than him. So we cannot predict. And I don't think Krishna knows what he does. He also forgets. So that's why he becomes son of Mother Yashoda Nandama. They come under his control, their control. So out of love, is love. So this is amazing. Um, So any other questions? Why do you pay obeisances from left hand side to Sri Radha Krishna? Right hand side to the demigod like Shiva, Parvati, and side to the spiritual master. Now we are we are servants and we are to be enjoyed. We are on the uh, left side of, like for example, Radharani stands on the left side of Krishna. Left side of Sita, left side of Ram. Lakshmi, left side of Vishnu. So that's why we say now, when we utter, we say Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Sita Ram, Lakshmi Narayan. We don't say Krishna Radha, huh? Rama Sita, Ram. No, we say Sita Ram. All listen to Sita Ram. First we utter the Shakti, huh? The feminine aspect, huh? Shakti. So first we address as Sita Radha Krishna. Why? Because we are more related to Radha than Krishna. We are the energy, huh? uh, manifestation. So Radharani is on the left side. So that's why when we pay obeisances, our left side should be toward the deity, Radha Krishna. To Guru is the front, like straight, neither left nor right. Huh? Right. Because he's teaching us uh, how to serve Radha Krishna. Now, left side meaning, remember I told you draw a triangle. That upside, up facing triangle, down facing triangle. Remember? So upside triangle. Triangle has three, what you call vertices or no, Krishna, Balarama, and Paramatma. Krishna is his first expansion is Balaram, and Balaram expands as Paramatma. Karna Sai Vishnu, Garbhoda Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu is Paramatma. So Krishna, Balarama, Paramatma. This is three triangle, Three. It's called masculine triangle. Now there is equal and feminine triangle also, down facing. Radha, Yogamaya, and Jivatma. Radha, down, Yogamaya, and Jivatma. So like this. So Radha, Krishna, Radha. Then Balarama, Yogamaya. Jiva, Paramatma. You remember this side. So like that. So we are related to Radha. We are Shakti, not Purusha. Purusha is only one, Krishna. Everybody else is Shakti. Purna Shakti, complete Shakti is Radha. We are minute atom of that part of Shakti. So we related to Radha. So we belong on the left side of Krishna. Meaning is commanding. Huh? He desires and Radha acts. He desires and Radha fulfills it. So busy. She is serving him so many ways. And she desired to serve in so many ways. So whenever Krishna appears as Rama, she appears as Sita. She herself. Vishnu, Lakshmi, like that. As herself. Just like Krishna, all the avatars are there. Like that, Radha also has all this. Radha is the root of all the gopis. She herself expands as gopis to do service to Krishna in so many ways, different ways, same time. So that's what it is. So infinitesimal jivas. So, and for Guru, is teaching us on a sitting on the like in the position, like neutral. He observes what is happening, and he teaching us. So he teaches how to serve Radha Krishna. Subservient. Devotion means what? That is devotion, bhakti. You have no other desire other than pleasing Krishna, Radha Krishna. He teaches by his example. So that's how we have to see. We belong. We are we we are more dear to Krishna than no, more dear to Radha than Krishna. We are related to Krishna, Radha. That's why we sing. See, when we say Hare Krishna, why we say first Hare Radhe? Hare meaning Radhe. How it became Hare? Ara is the name of Radha. People say, oh no, it's the name of Shiva. Shiva got that name from the mercy of Radha. Ara. Why Ara? A small aspect of that Ara. Full aspect of Ara is Radharani. Only minute part she gave it to Lord Shiva. Ara meaning one who takes away, one who steals, one who captures. She is capturing Krishna. Krishna is whole. She is capturing him whole. Then what to speak of Radha Shakti? So immense power. So we cry. So when we say to her, Ara, Hare, Re, that A is added to when we're calling her, in a calling you know, thing. Hare, Hare, Radhe, Radhe. We don't say Radha's name direct because she is we are related to her. She is our mistress. Our form is actually feminine. All living entities are feminine. So feminine is on the left side. Is uh, so he is our master. So she is our mistress. So we say instead of Radhe, we cannot call her direct name. Hare, Hare. Why Hare? Oh Radhe. Why we are calling her name first? Because we are saying, Oh Radhe, my mind is not in my control. I'm not in control. My own mind. Yeah. Are we in control of our mind? Hare, and it is dragging me everywhere. He is, he is being distressed. He is number one enemy. If you realize it, we have to realize that our own most biggest enemy is our mind alone. There is no other enemy than our own mind. you know, which mind? Uncontrolled, misguided mind is our biggest enemy. Uncontrolled, misguided. So who can control? It is not in our mind control. Not listening. I have to listen to what it says. So that's why we take shelter of Radha. So that's why you call her. Hare, Radha, please make my mind peaceful. Jumping here and there. You attract my mind. Bless me. Bring peace. Bring order. All these things. And she can do because why? She controls even Krishna. She attracts even Krishna. Bhuvana Mohana Mohini. One who attracts the whole world, she attracts him also. Surely she can, control our mind, attract our mind, pacify our mind, bless our mind. See? So already, then we say Krishna. Why? Krishna. Krishna. We say what? Oh Krishna. Why? Krishna. Radharani made my mind peace. Now my mind is not jumping here. Now we bestow your mercy. You attract my mind. So Krishna attract. Why? If Krishna attract, then Radharani will show mercy. Huh? So even so she Krishna blesses her. Attract. It is like I always give an example, you know, magnet and iron. You know. If the iron is going everywhere, iron. Magnet cannot catch it, but it becomes still, iron magnet can catch it, right? So mind is going here and there. Radharani makes it peaceful. Krishna attracts. So then what happens? Then our connection to this world is finished. Connection to this world is there as long as our mind is taking us everywhere. You know, when it becomes still thinking of Krishna, then we are not in this world. Even though we are in this world, we are not in this world. So that's why. That's why Hare Krishna. He said Hare Krishna. Otherwise, we are trying to be on the right side of Krishna. What? To control him. Understand? Surrendering to Krishna is on the left side. Trying to control him is on the right side of Krishna. Understand? We cannot control. We have tried to control and we have miserably failed. Not one life, many, many lifetimes. In future also, we will fail. That's why take shelter of Radhe. uh, and she can control Krishna. You know, control. Otherwise, no way. Only Krishna will get controlled by Radha. Because he was so much love. That's what Ruth Bhagavatamritam is talking. Gopis are extension. They always think of Krishna. And Krishna is always thinking of them. This is what Rukmini and Satyabhama is telling. Oh, Rukmini is telling, we are only by name. Why? She doesn't even remember us. She always in the sleeping. Oh, Radhe, oh, Lalite, oh, Maya, oh, my God, So he's remembering all that. He's crying all the time. Every day his bed is wet. Doesn't even remember. Even one time he never called me. Oh, Rukmini. No, not even in dream. Yes, so Satyabhama is telling what? Even in daytime, he's like that. That's why it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He has not even woken up. What? This is our fate. See, this is our. So the actually it's amazing. The greatness of gopis. That's why Krishna himself cannot describe their greatness, and he remains ever indebted for gopis. This is what we'll see later on. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dandavat pranam to everyone. Please forgive me.